David, we are back talking to the AFS team, and today it is teamwork and accountability and really working together with each other and how we mutually support each other to what we're trying to do. So, as you think about teamwork, you think about accountability. What starts to come to mind for you and for everybody at AFS?
Well, AFS has a wide variety of different services that we offer, and we have extinguishers, we have sprinklers, we have fire alarms, low voltage, we have security and bird, we have CCTV, and obviously all of those are very specialized fields. So we have different departments that actually install and manage that type of work service, and just because we go out, we've got a customer calls us at 9 o'clock in the morning and says, "Hey, we had a problem with our sprinkler system last night." And then we get somebody's on the phone. Well, what's wrong? Well, it's beeping at us. Well, that's probably not the sprinkler system that's beeping. It's the alarm system. But sometimes we'll dispatch a tech out there and then find out that it's an alarm problem, not a sprinkler problem. And then we come back in. Hey, we'll have to send an alarm tech out. That can be a little confusing for the customer. But what's even more confusing for the customer is when we go out there that we don't support each other, because we may say, well, that tech didn't diagnose it right. It's really this problem over here. And we need to remember that we're one team. And at the end of the day, we're all accountable to each other, and our success specifically depends on one another to complete the jobs and win the relationships with the customers. And we've got some project managers that have great relationship with customers. We like having making sure that they get to work. We've got foremen that the superintendents will actually request on a job. We've got service customers that we go out, and whether we're doing a remodel or we're doing an inspection, they want a specific team out there because they get to know them and they enjoy them and they like them. But that team may not do 100% of it. They may not be able to. For example, on our inspections, we've got a fire alarm license, we've got an extinguisher license, we've got a sprinkler license, and we've got a backflow license. And that's just three of them, or four of them. And when we go out there, if that tech is not licensed to inspect the extinguishers, well, now we've got somebody else that has to come in. And we need to be that quarterback for them. We need to be that it's one, all they see is American Fire Systems. And we need to be accountable to each other. We need to hold each other accountable, but we also need to be respectful and appreciative of what the other one's doing. Because when they come out to do their part, they're supporting what the other one did and vice versa. So the teamwork and accountability is so crucially important to the success of our company.
So you got to tell me if this analogy is way wrong or too corny, because it could be either of them. But I mean, as I'm listening to you, I'm thinking about AFS. I'm thinking about the fact that you all are in, the development space, and you got sprinklers, which is water. There's wires, which is electricity, and something in and around this teamwork and accountability started to come to me with maybe an analogy of inside of the same building. You've got water pipes running. We've got our sprinkler heads running. We've also got electricity. Like those two things have to work in tandem, right? I would assume to some degree if the electricity fails, it's going to impact the effectiveness of another system. And if the electric system is not sound and we start spraying water everywhere, is really going to short this whole thing out, and it's going to cause problems. And so somehow these two things have to work in tandem, side by side, together, be built well enough, strong enough to be able to be accountable and collaborate with each other, but also, work together, but be a little independent as well. Like I said, this analogy might be too corny or it might break down, but I don't know. See if you can tie the thread together of how those things come together, teamwork and accountability, just person to person at AFS.
I think a lot of us are sports fans, and we watch the football team on the field. They're playing in the Super Bowl, and you got a front line that's not giving the quarterback good protection. You got a wide receiver that keeps dropping passes. You got a running back that's not doing everything it could. They can get in the huddle and they can argue amongst themselves and hold each other accountable. But the bad part comes when the game's over and they go to that press conference and they start dogging each other to the
Mm.
world. Kind of like being a family. And, I mean, I can go home and we can have some arguments with the family at home. But when it comes to the outside world, we're going to defend each other. We're going to take care of each other. We're going to support each other. And that's what I feel like we are. I mean, we've got a lot of good people and they really want to do a good job. I think we surround ourselves with a lot of people that really want to install a superior product, make sure it works. They don't want to go back in, 2 or 3 times to fix something. And we need to support each other to the customer, obviously, whether it's the superintendent on the job. When we're doing a construction project, the biggest part of the contract is going to be the sprinkler. So the sprinkler project manager typically takes lead on that, but he's not in charge of the low voltage. There's a different project manager there. But you can't blame the project manager to the superintendent. Oh, well, we're behind because of the alarms. No, no, no. You need to come back in here and sit down with the other project manager and say, hey, man, we're getting our butts chewed out over here because we're not making inspections because we don't have this part done. That's internal. That's what we're supposed to do. We hold each other accountable. But then we have the teamwork to go out there. What can I do to help you get this finished? I got guys on the job site. Can they help you with something? That's where we need to have the teamwork that comes together where we function as one.
The sports analogy was infinitely better than whatever I was trying to do there. But what I think I heard you say is, man, we praise each other publicly, right? Especially to our customers out there. Let's do that. Let's tell people when they did a good job. And when we're in our huddle, when it's the team, we call each other up to do the best, to be the best that we can. And that is that what accountability looks like, so that we're delivering excellent service to our customers and being able to make sure that everything is operating as it should when people are experiencing their worst days ever, right?
Sure. And the culture that we live in, and this is just something that we have to accept, but the culture that we live in, we're so busy that when we get a phone call from a customer, when we get an email, more times than not, it's a negative email. Okay. And we automatically want to be defensive because customers, hey, your guy was out here and he messed something up. And we can't jump on that bandwagon with the customer. Oh yeah, we sent the wrong tech out there. No, 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 no. We need to put on the game face and say, okay, let me check into it, figure out what's going on, and then go get with the department manager,
Mhm.
the project manager, get with the foreman, see what happened, and resolve the situation. We get more negative emails and comments from customers than we do positive. If we go out there and we knock it out of the park, the customer's happy. We don't hear anything. That old saying, no news is good news. That
Yeah.
is so true because we go out there, we know we did a good job. We know their system's back online. They're not on fire watch. They don't have upset tenants. And at the end of the day, we did a good job for them. And they're so busy, they go on to where they're busy days. That's what the customers are busy too. They don't take the time to come back and say, "Man, y'all did a great job." But if we don't do a great job, they will take the time to let us know we didn't do a great job. And that's where we just human nature, I think, we get defensive and then we want to start pointing fingers. And
Mm.
we need to remember that we're all one team because at the end of the day, everybody that's here has the best interest of AFS at heart. Everybody wants to take care of the customer. Everybody wants to take care of the system. Everybody wants to take care of each other. And that's what we need to focus on. We're all here to do the same job. And we've got different responsibilities in doing those jobs, but we are responsible to each other for the success of the company.
Everybody wants to do it. Let's help each other stay accountable to wanting to do the thing we want to do. It's awesome. Love it. Thank you so much, David, for diving into teamwork and accountability today.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.